These are the faces of courage and sacrifice, of resilience and great determination. Their photos hang at the Wounded Warrior Project in Jacksonville, Florida, an organization dedicated to helping men and women injured in battle overcome great adversity, from traumatic brain injuries to severe burns and amputations. For soldiers like Dan Nevins and Brian Wagner, the Wounded Warrior Project was a ray of hope in their darkest hour. Both Nevins and Wagner were involved in separate IED explosions that changed their lives forever.
My journey with Wounded Warrior Project began in Iraq November 10th, 2004.
I got injured December 17th, 07. December 17th started like any other day. We got a mission that we had to take a high-value person from one place to another.
Boom. When I opened my eyes, I was laying outside the truck and my legs were still caught in the twisted metal that used to be the floorboard of that Humvee.
I remember waking up in the truck. It was all just totally smoky, and like the radios were sparking and stuff was on fire. I remember looking down at my feet. I saw the toes of my left foot and the heel of my right, and it was totally twisted around.
I woke up from anesthesia, and I remember the nurse's face when she looked at me and she said, "We had to take your left leg below the knee, and we managed to save your right one for now, but you'll probably lose that one too." And I remember in that moment thinking that my life was over.
And now I have one leg. What can I do?
One of my biggest fears sitting in a hospital bed is I knew that my daughter was going to get married one day. And there was a time when I didn't think I was going to be able to walk her down the aisle. And then in comes the founder of the Wounded Warrior Project with a backpack. And I didn't know him from Adam. And he gave me this backpack, and inside were comfort items, shorts, a t-shirt, socks, toothbrush, toothpaste, a calling card, all the things that we'd all take for granted right now today. But I tell you what, when you've been in nothing but a hospital gown for a week, that's probably the most significant gift I've ever received or probably ever will receive. And then was a business card and a promise that if I needed anything or if my family needed anything, that they'd be there for me. And that small gesture, it was the first time in that week since I've been injured that I finally felt that I wasn't alone. And that maybe, just maybe, things were gonna be okay.
They talk to you about, like, who are you? Like, hey, what's your name, man? Where you from? Oh, you got any family? Oh, that's cool. What are your hobbies? He brought me a milkshake. And I remember he was like, what kind of milkshake do you want? I was like, confused. I don't know, am I just doped up? Like, was there really a guy asking me for a milkshake? It was. And he just came in and talked. And I was sold right there.
The Wounded Warrior Project doesn't stop with a visit at the bedside. They offer social programs to keep the warrior from being isolated. They also offer both mental and physical rehabilitation.
You gotta picture this. I'm laying flat on my back, and one leg's amputated, full of nubs, full of bandages and bleeding, and the other one's in traction with pins holding it together. And they say, hey, we're gonna go skiing next month, we want you to come. And I'm like, okay, I lost a leg, did you lose your eyes? Can you not see, what you're dealing with here? And they said no. We have the best adaptive instructors in the world, and if the hospital clears you to leave, we're gonna get you down the mountain.
The Wounded Warrior Project has inspired both veterans to give to others wounded in battle.
I'm going to school right now. My undergrad is exercise science. Get my doctorate in physical therapy and work with other injured vets. I definitely think I could bring a lot to the table.
So now it's my greatest joy to be able to walk into a Walter Reed or a Brooke Army Medical Center to that person who's lost a leg or both legs, and walk in with pants on with no hitch in my gait, and walk in and say, hey, I'm Dan, nice to meet you. And as soon as I see that look, they give me that look of, hey, you have no idea what I'm going through. And that's when I tell them, 6 years ago was exactly where you are, and I have 2 prosthetics, and no one notices that I do. And I just climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. I'm going to climb Aconcagua next year. There's nothing that I can't do, and there's going to be nothing that you can't do.
I owe my life to WWP. I mean, my successful life. So.